Well, that tote is not looking very full there. You've got a payment going out, snail mail, and a payment going out for test strips today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer again, Wednesday edition, Crazy Picker Life. Pack the Morning Away edition. Well, I didn't get a very good start on orders last night. I didn't really have that many, but this morning I've got a bunch. So, there's a stack there. Let's see what we're going to pack out this morning right away. Number one this morning, AccuCheck Aviva Plus test strips. 15 of them here. Going out for $375 to California to my contact. Let's get that out. Number two, Kushner. Some sort of a soft, fluffy shelf from IKEA. Picked this up in the bin somewhere. Going to Amazon customer, $14.99. Free shipping, ships light. Number three is this camera here, listed as Universal Roamer folding camera, rough condition, $22.89, going to Florida. It's got a case on it. I'm going to put it in this bubble mailer and ship it for $6.50 or $6.20 or whatever. Package four is this Canon lens. This is an f1.8 50mm FD. $39.25 plus shipping, going to Canada. Number five, going to Louisville, Kentucky, is a Mamiya collapsible rubber lens hood shade. $15.21. Ship it. Number five. Number six is this Kodak Bantam 828 pop-out camera. This little front section pops right out. $34.70 plus shipping to Japan. Number seven is a new old stock wrist strap tripod screw looking thing, Nikon Nicorex. It's in there. It's sealed, so I'm not going to open it up. $17.01, going to the Netherlands, so there's postage on there too. Number eight, red and green skateboards. Two of them sold for $25.58. And then shipping those bad boys is always expensive. That's part of the problem on the lower end skateboards. $38 shipping. Going up into Michigan. That's number eight. Number nine is this ID Stronghold passport holder. Protects your information. Passports holders are not as hot. The wallets are hot. They've got some sort of a thing that protects you against theft and chips in your credit card being stolen, that information, whatever. This one sat around for a while. I paid $1 for it. $7.81 plus shipping, going to New Jersey. Number 10 is a Gold Tone Stroh's beer belt buckle. Sells for $9.71 plus shipping to Oregon. Here's the rock climbing gear. I paid I think $15. I think it was marked 20. I think I did 15. I combined it with something else. I thought that would go pretty quick. I priced it to go. It is going to Sweden via global shipping for $80 plus shipping. So that's a nice little flip. That is number what? 11? I think so. Number 11. Off to lunch. That's how we do it. All loaded up, heading to USPS and maybe UPS if I can find them. I got a couple durable packages I wouldn't mind giving to them and not having to go all the way to the post office, UPS office, UPS depot. I think Wheeler's got something showing up by UPS today, so I guess I might be able to get them at the house. All right, to see what's going on down here. We got a main intersection here where Highway 24 crosses Highway 25, and I don't know, it's probably the busiest intersection in town, and every once in a while a semi comes along or something and they clip it all off. So it looks to me like they clipped it off. We got stop signs, and this has been going on all day down here. So that's what happens if you take that. That's what happens if you take that corner too tight or fall asleep or whatever. You clip a post off. Been here 10 years, probably 7 or 8. I think this is the 11th summer, 7 or 8 in our current house. And I think somebody's clipped that thing off probably 4 times since we've been here. And every time it's a big job. I don't know. I don't think they keep, we're not big enough where they keep like an extra stoplight pole in back stock in case it gets knocked off. So they tend to repair what they have, and then they order out stuff, and then they have to fix it. It can go on for a week. And a lot of stuff is like that out here. Everybody is really ingenious, I don't know, ingenuity, and everybody can get stuff done, but because of the small town distance to big towns, limited backstock, limited manpower, a lot of people here have 2-3 jobs, and they wear a lot of different hats. There's a lot of jobs that are sort of like not big enough to be full-time. There's business owners that run a business and have a job. There's all kinds of crossover, so it's quite interesting. I like to watch it from afar. When we first moved here, obviously I was in that mix of having several jobs and all that kind of stuff, so I'm glad to be removed from all that now for several years. Okay, gonna do this, run around upside down and get in the office and list my 10. That's the plan. Well, I haven't stopped at my local thrift store for a while here, so had to go in there and picked up 4 or 5 items. I'll show those off a little bit later. Got a couple foam glider airplanes for the kids for a couple bucks a piece. Those last about 20 minutes in my house. We'll let the younger ones fight with the older ones over that. It was like that. Got myself a Nerf dunk hoop, NBA style. I'm gonna make some use of that. I haven't been able to dunk on a regular 10-foot rim for a few years. I think right around when I turned, maybe 36, 37 years old. That was probably the last legitimate dunk of dealer. I can still touch the rim at 49 years old on a 10-foot, but dunk is a different story. I don't have the coordination anymore, and I don't play at all. And so up until I was 36, 37, I was still playing enough, and I still had it once in a blue moon then. But it's funny how age gets you. I never, that was something when I played a lot of basketball, and I played the most basketball probably in my mid and late 20s. Boy, I tell you what, there was hardly anything better than that, and I told myself I'll never stop. There was a couple places I would play where there'd be a few players out there in their 40s and an occasional bruiser in their early 50s, and I was like, man, those guys are still at it. I'll never stop. And then, you know, kids started coming and all that, and I've stopped. I'm so far past stopped. I'm like set shot Willie right now. That's about my best. I can play half court with my boys once in a while and pay for it, but funny how things change. What else did I pick up? A nice bright colored typewriter with a nice tight case. That should go pretty well. and some sort of a boxed Seinfeld thing with Monk's Diner equipment. Still working on it here. And paid $15 for that. That should go for $50 on Amazon, it looks like. And what else? I don't know. Something else in there. Oh, some game. A game for the kids. There you go. I'll show it all in a minute here. It's kind of funny. I was a runner in high school and super thin and light and just not into the jock scene. We had a big high school, and of course super jocks, you know, ruled the basketball, football, and all that. I was a runner. I did play a year in a 2-year college, Division IV 2-year college of organized basketball. I came from the raw streets and did that. That was a good experience. Then I played intramural ball at college for 4 or 5 years. After that long college career, right? Intramurals, that, you know, gave me all the skills of playing street ball, and then we played 3-on-3 tournaments for many years. And really funny, because in the 3-on-3 tournaments in my 20s, I'd go back and end up playing against some of the high school stars, not really the starting 5, a few of them, but a lot of the second tier. And we would beat those guys, and it was funny because obviously we thought they were super hot in high school and we couldn't even touch them. And there's a difference between street ball and 3-on-3 and organized ball. I was always more creative and cutter and slasher, and could really jump and developed a strong upper body to rebound and all that, and just endurance. And then in our mid to late 20s, we had a streak. We had a pretty good team. We actually were playing against even Division I college second stringers and things like that. And we were competitive. We would get beat, but we were pretty competitive. And so Dealer started his street career with the street ball. And of course now there's a basketball in my stomach. That's where the basketball is, around the middle. So those days are in the past. We've got 5 kids going to basketball camp next week. And Dealer is going to resort to the Nerf NBA mini shooter Huffy dunk hoop for $2. Nice colored case. There's a nice small colored, I think, Smith Corona in there. $6.50. I don't know what that'll sell for, but I would think at least $30 plus shipping. We got hopefully a complete set of Jacquet, otherwise known, I guess, as excuse me, Jacquet, I don't know. Backgammon for the kids. There's that Seinfeld set with the first 4 seasons and some sort of props from the show and cards and a whole set, new in box. And we got these gliders. So I guess what else did I have? Where's the money? Oh, the Seinfeld thing and that. Probably make $50 on that, and I get to keep my shooter. Better put that in my office and give the kids some gifts. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, first look at the plans that have not been revealed, but the first step is to move home. And so here is the first glimpse at my new office. Most of this stuff in here will not be in here, and certainly need to add some lighting, some paint, some shelves, etc. There's some of my new shelving, my high density shelving for our inventory system. Let's go look at the raw Wheeler's office. And of course the freezer won't be in here, and all this stuff won't be in here, and all these shoes. Wheeler is going to get the coat closet, and this is going to be modified into Wheeler's office. Now, these are a lot smaller than we're used to, but the plan is starting to go in action. There are some changes to the plan. It'll be discussed on Friday's show. So I just thought, hey, the camera's with me. The gap is closing between my work location and my home location. I better show it. I'm sure heads are spinning. Mine sure is. Back in the office Wednesday night. Oh man, getting a late start on my 10 items. I'm gonna have to bust it. Well, it's kind of bittersweet what's happening here. But those of you that watched the show realize there was a big screen TV there. Where did it go, dealer? Well, that and other mysteries will be solved soon. Obviously, if you're watching the show, you're starting to get the hints that maybe we're going somewhere. Definitely moving somewhere. Something's happening. Friday night question and answer show. All will be explained, at least in general terms, and I'm sure if you stick with me, you'll see and learn it all. I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide. Okay, well, here's what's happening back here. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I've got all these boxes emptied of stuff. This is from our huge haul when we went to Wisconsin and Minnesota. There's 4, 5, 6 tote type things right there. There's another 4, and there's one around the corner I don't think is full. This has one layer of cameras. I'll put some more in there. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff left here. And I think, I haven't even opened that case yet. I think that's old stuff. This is all new stuff, new stuff. I think what I'm going to do, since I just started to lay a bunch of stuff out here, it's so much mishmash, so many different things. What I'm starting to do and what I'm going to do is lay out probably 4 to 6 different boxes. I've got, you know, the tote up there of camera bodies. I'll just keep adding to that. I'm going to start putting things in different boxes because I know there's a tote full of a lot of different things. There's definitely a tote full of cases. Cases are sort of a catch-22. A lot of them are stinky. A lot of them are deteriorated. Many of these are pretty good. I mean, when you start getting into vintage Nikon cases and you know, Nikon for the big Nikon lenses, and things like Nippon Kaganu, which is really Nikon. Those are good ones. Pentax, Canon, some of the Canon cases. You get them back once in a while because they don't fit. And I guess the bottom line is they go for some reasonable money. The bottom line is Wheeler lists them last. It's not his favorite thing to list, I think. And so I'll put those all in a tote. We'll get to them. There's going to be more lenses. Those will go in a tote. There's going to be accessories that are sort of like accessories of the same kind, new old stock. Like, I'll probably make a tote of all the new old stock accessories. Those all go really well. There's all kinds of new old stock accessories. I'll make a tote of light meters. I'll make a tote of lens hoods. I'll make a couple totes of retina stuff. Make a tote of tele converters. There's nothing in there. Nothing in there. And those are just cases. So I'm going to start doing that. I guess when I run across some things, or maybe when I get closer to the end of that, I'll just show the totes full or something. There is really nothing here spectacular, with one exception. And I will try to show that. Down in here, there's a couple of these suitcases, and I know at least 1 or 2 of the 3 suitcases I put some really high-end lenses and stuff that looked expensive and needed the padding, so we'll pull those out. You know, you just got really cool historic stuff that you don't see. Like, here's a Kodak dry mounting tissue, the original canister that says Kodak on both sides. No, just one side, but you know, I don't know, this thing's from the 40s or something. Just really cool. It's stuff you certainly don't see much of. It's the first one we've ever seen. Things like this Hasselblad is a expensive camera brand. Cameras in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and probably today, if they're still around, I can't remember. Costs as much as a car, basically. That stand is worth probably $100. Just you don't find that. Things like, well, new old stock Graflex parts. There's film holders in there, 3 of them. They're new old stock in there. Those are from anywhere from the 50s on earlier. They could be as old as the 30s. This thing, this Norwood, how to operate, it's all down in there. It's a super old 30s or 40s light meter, new in the box. Some of this stuff's worth a bunch. Some of it's just curiosities, you know. I don't know everything. I don't know hardly anything about cameras. I know what money is, and this is all pretty good money. There's a lot of money on this table. There's another one of those Bose. That's the one I picked up, plugged in, tested in. Those things sound awesome. That one I paid, it says 45. I probably paid 35 or 40. It'll go for 100. Pretty easy. Let's see. So that's my plan with this stuff. I'm going to keep unpacking it. I'm going to lay out some totes or boxes. I'm going to start putting like things in like boxes. And you say, dealer, why didn't you do that at the beginning? Well, I didn't do that at the beginning because I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have a lot of space in the hotel room to spread stuff out. I certainly couldn't have did it when we were buying it. That was just a flurry of activity. And so this is my first shot at really thinking it through. What's the best way to attack it? Now, if I give Wheeler a tote of miscellaneous, he has a great time with it, but it's so inefficient. If you get in a groove with a certain type of thing, like, you know, lens hoods, it's not that fun, but you get in the groove and you get through them. Probably takes half the time or less. If that stuff's all mixed in like a miscellaneous tote like this, it's like bingo, bango, boom, you know, you're around the horn 5-6 times and you don't have anything listed. So it's a little bit knowing how things are and how things are streamlined. It's a little bit knowing how Wheeler works. I'm not trying to take away his fun. He has a lot of fun playing around and looking at this stuff, and he never says, oh, don't do that, do this. He just takes whatever I give him. So I'm the streamline guy. I try to streamline things, and I know it helps. I've been doing big hauls like this for a while, and how do you take 10,000 pieces and get it through the system? Well, you got to do something. So I don't know if I'm going to get back to this tonight because it's already like 8:30. By the time you list your 10 items, which is what I'm shooting for every night here, and by the time I edit my vlog and take a breath, you know, we're getting close to midnight, 1 o'clock already, and I got to get out of here. So running kind of hard. Ran my 2 miles today at the track. Okay, item number 1 picked up today. This is, I didn't know exactly what this was, but here's what I like about typewriters. Small, they look like they're in decent shape, and cool colors like this teal case is awesome. That attracts people's attention. It's got teal on the little return here. The bottom, of course, is part of the case. That's all teal, the white. And now here, oh my goodness, Cougar Deluxe. I don't know if you can get a better name for a small typewriter. Smith Corona Cougar Deluxe. So, needs a ribbon. Everything seems to work. It's a nice little typewriter. Somebody's gonna come along and say, I need to type my memoirs and I need to type them on paper, and so they have this little epiphany that they need to do that, and they're gonna come along and I'm gonna list this for $100 plus shipping. I paid $6.50. Item number 1 might not sell it for that, but they've been selling for $80 plus shipping, and there ain't many out there, so whatever, that's what I'm gonna list it for, 100 plus shipping. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Listing number 2, $5, $6, memory foam sandals from Fila. These are brand new in the box. They are advertised all over the place for high money, Amazon, I can't sell on there. I don't have the authorization. eBay, whole bunch listed. A few sold at reasonable prices. I'm going to list these at $29.99 plus shipping. We'll see if they go. Well, number 3 here is this Seinfeld set. It's got the season 1, 2, 3 DVDs. It's got playing cards. It's got some sort of Monk's Diner ketchup, mustard, and napkin holder, and some sort of book thing. I kind of cheeseburgered myself on this. Apparently these are not very desirable anymore. Amazon's confusing in the way that they are selling them. I'm going to sell it on eBay. I paid $15, which is too much apparently. I'm going to try to get $29.99 plus shipping, wait for a few of them to sell and see if on sale or down the road I can sell this, get my money back. No regrets, but sometimes when you shoot and don't look it up, that's what you get. Although I looked it up on Amazon, and like I said, it's kind of confusing. They're trying to get 50 on there, but it may or may not be selling. It's who knows. I can't figure out how to list it on there because there's several different versions. I'm not worried about it, but it is what it is. Number 3 listing, $29.99 plus shipping. Okay, let's get into some glider kits, and I guess it's not really a glider. It has Stardust 900 Sal tie bees, and it does have an engine that you can put in there. Looks new inside, made in the USA, 1962 Nationals winner. This kit is probably 50 years old, maybe a little more, and it appears mint and brand new. The plans are wrapped around a very tightly wound sticks. All the things are in their deal. They're not broke out. I noticed a little deterioration on the end of the plans. I paid $60 for this one. This is probably the highest price one that I paid for. And there are a few that have sold in the $50 to $80 range at auction. There's none currently for sale. I'm going to hold out. Somebody's going to have this thing, whatever. $149.99 plus shipping, and we'll see where it goes. Alright, so here's another kit. New Fay Viking from Carl Goldberg, the Best in Flying Model CG. It looks like somebody took this one out, maybe punched out a few things. Again, it's new. I'm going to guarantee it's new. Paid $30. I'm listing that for $99.99 plus shipping. Number 5 listing. Number 6 tonight, Xenon Strobe. 3 light filters. Woo! Red, blue, green. So I tested it out. It may have been used in there. I don't know. It appears very lightly used box. Everything in there. I'm going to sell it as new. Open box. $19.99 plus shipping. Oh, fuzzy. And now, for your enjoyment, another short episode of Dealer's Life with the Schlitz signs. Ooh, there's one missing over there. I must have sold it. Son of a gun. Well, I turned down another offer on the Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous sign. $400 offer. I countered with $550 because it's listed at $699. I doubt they'll take me up on $550. If they go $550 or $500, I will sell it, but I will not sell it for $400. You will not dismantle my Schlitz life for too cheap. Will not happen. It will not happen in this lifetime. No. Number 7. These are ridiculous Jags FM radio sunglasses. You can now enjoy sunshades on your eyes while you listen to the tunes. Can you see it? Can you dig it? You can jog, you can bike, you can just look cool in the winter and listen to your tunes. Whoa. It's in there, it's sealed. Made in China, 1989. So I thought these were cool. I picked it up, $5, didn't haggle. Then we found this place that had, down the road, different town. Funny. They had like 50 of them for $2 each. I almost pulled the trigger, but I'm like, no way. So, can't find it on Amazon, or I'd list it there. That would be nice and easy. Couple quick picks, $10 plus shipping on eBay. Number 8, vintage 80s, Miller High Life sign. Old young lady on the crescent moon drinking the brew. Miller High Life symbol. This is why people buy this. This will be listed most likely $109.99, $119.99 plus shipping. Haven't decided. Listing 8. Here is a case, tractor, or machinery emblem of some kind. It's got one prong there and one prong missing. They seem to be collectible. Well, $29.99, $30 plus shipping. We'll see what we can do. That's listing 9. Okay, item number 10 is the Overland Flyer. This was pre-World War II. And it was a wind-up set. I believe that used Lionel track. It's a little narrower, but I think it did. Might have had its own track. I bought this from the same guy who I thought I got scammed on everything. So I got this camel lighter made in China. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool, but I didn't look it over. I didn't look at the bottom. Duh. So I thought, oh, I got scammed on everything, but I got that case emblem from him for not too much. I got this for like $5. This stuff's pretty scarce. It's tin, it's litho. Obviously this has been beat. Somebody very carefully could bend some of this back. Too bad we don't have the engine. I'm going to list it for $59.99 plus shipping. Item number 10. Okay, so 10 items. Let's get that up on the board, and then I'll answer another question here that wasn't asked. 10 listings, $651. Not too bad. Okay, so people might ask, or you should ask, or you might ask, how do you price your items, dealer? What the heck? Some of those seem awful high. Do you ever get those prices? You know, what's your strategy? And I guess my strategy is this. There are items that are in the flow items. Sounds like it's raining out. There are items that are in the flow, and that means that there's a bunch of them listed, there's a bunch of them selling, and condition is either working or not. It might be complete. You might have to compare it to something that's already there. But basically, price it in the flow, it sells. Price it out of the flow, it doesn't. Because by the time another one comes along, they're going to price it in the flow and you're still out of the flow. So there's those kind of items. And then there's vintage items and items that are odd enough. I have to look outside here. I hear like hail. If I hear more, I'm going to have to peek out there. Let's peek out there and see what's going on. Nah. It's not hailing, but I'll have to check the weather radar. Weather around here certainly is a thing. So those kind of items, the items that there's a bunch listed, a bunch selling, I price those to sell. I don't mess around with that. But if you've got something that's unique, vintage, there's only a few listed, scarce, rare, oddball, those kind of items, I look at what's sold. And if there's a few sold, I look at that. I look at if it's buy it now or if it's auction. If it's auction, I can always get more because I will wait. I will wait weeks, months, 6 months sometimes in order to get that extra 20, 50, 100 bucks, which you can get. I can wait people out. That's my strategy. It doesn't cost me too much to list items. I have heavy anchor store on one with Cannon Guy, and I have, I don't know, the Step Down or anchor store on Northwest Kansas. I can't remember. But relisting, I get lots of free listings per month, and I get cheap relisting. It doesn't cost me much to have something up there, so I'll wait. If something sells for $50 to $75, let's say, at auction with a 7-day or a 10-day auction, but I can get 150 waiting for the right person to come along, so that's $175 or $100 more. I don't care. I'll wait 6 months. I'll pay the extra $3, $4 in listing fees. That's a great investment for me. So that's my strategy. Some of those things I listed tonight, not much track record. I'll list them high, I'll wait. They'll go down in price. I reduce the price every 30 days. I put them on sale. Sometimes people, more and more people shoot you offers, especially on items that are $100 or more. They'll say, hey, I see you have that listed at $179.99. Would you accept an offer? And I'll say, what are you thinking? That's a nice item. Don't see a lot of them. They'll say, how about 150? Sold. So anyway, all right, so there's 10 items. I got them on my board. We're gonna make our number for today. That's great. It's getting late, 12:30. Shoot, I gotta get this up. Thanks for watching. Get your questions in if you have any for our Friday show. It's gonna be quite a show. Pick well and list often. Dealer out.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.